Greetings once again, family, and welcome. It seems war still rages on in Zanu PF as members of Zanu PF continue to be on each other's throat. There's definitely no peace in Zanu PF as we are looking at the developments that are happening in the Zanu PF party from the time of Mnangagwa's announcement of his retirement plans and also the discussions about the succession, as well as the brigades that are running with the gospel of the 2030. So this has continued to cause quite a lot of intrigue and commotion right inside ZANU PF, and we are still watching to see how far Mnangagwa is going to be surviving this. But it seems like things are not moving as accordingly as expected. Right now, ZANU PF accuses Jim Kunaka of working with Kasukuwere to remove Mnangagwa from inside. You still remember we did a show where we were talking about Emerson Mnangagwa and ZANU PF's plans to block Jim Kunaka from rejoining the ZANU PF Harare province. And we did a show on that one last time. And we did not have quite a lot of information about why they were blocking Jim Kunaka. The only thing that was coming out was that Jim Kunaka, members of the ZANU PF, especially Harare province, were saying that Jim Kunaka could not be trusted. But when we looked at the things as they were happening, we thought that maybe eventually they were going to finally adopt him or re-adopt him back into ZANU PF. But it seems like his efforts have finally hit a brick wall, and it's not going to be happening at all, especially after the revelations that we are seeing having been coming out right now. Things look bleak for him totally, and we don't see him ever succeeding. And it's unfortunate that when Jim Kunaka left, you still remember in the last show I was explaining that Jim Kunaka had almost like been received by the people, and I even explained that the other time when Job Scala was in hiding, they were at one point hiding at the same place with Jim Kunaka, with Zimbabwean people even contributing and helping, sending out some help from where to where they were hiding from the persecution of ZANU PF. And Kunaka was coming out, speaking about quite a lot of interesting things, revealing, of course, a lot of other secrets of ZANU PF. And people were really, beginning to appreciate him, until all of a sudden we started seeing him now coming out on Twitter and beginning to lambast the chain champion Nelson Chamisa, lambasting the opposition leadership, and praising Mnangagwa, bootlicking Mnangagwa into. Everyone said, "What is this now?" Only to gather information that Jim Kunaka was already in the process of trying to rejoin ZANU PF. And I was explaining last time that there are two things that could happen. Number one, they could come and threaten him, or they could come and promise him something, in terms of, trinkets. And I was saying that because of hunger, at times poverty, people like Jim Kunaka could have seen that now my life is in danger. I'm now starving. I can't fend for my life. And then they end up deciding to go back. But it seems like that was not the point. It seems like it's not ZANU PF that came for him. It was like him trying to go back to ZANU PF, and for reasons that now ZANU PF are beginning to accuse him of. Right now, the Children of the War veterans indicating that leaked secret documents from ZANU PF Harare province are saying Comrade Jim Kunaka is a serious threat who is working with some unmentioned Politburo provincial district council members in Kasukuwere to unseat President Mnangagwa. So can you see what is happening here? They are saying there are documents, and we can see some documents that are here, and some of them are not as clear. I don't think even if I can try to enlarge them, you can be able, or zoom them in, you can be able to read them. But it seems like they are far from being clear. There is one of them, of the documents, but it's fairly clear, not very bad. And then we have this other one. And this one, we don't know the names that have been written. Maybe these are the letters that have been written by the Harare province rejecting Jim Kunaka, or indicating whatever evidence that they are talking about him. So it seems now there are allegations now saying there are Politburo members that are working with him. So can you see now the thing that we are always saying, that Mnangagwa is surrounded by enemies that are very, very close to him. People that are in the Politburo that's the highest decision-making board of ZANU PF, and yet we have people that are in there that want Mnangagwa out. So that's one thing that we have always been saying, that the snakes that are surrounding Mnangagwa are greater than the threat that he is looking out there and thinking that it's the threat that is working against him. So definitely the greatest threat of Mnangagwa, the very people that want Mnangagwa out, are people that are surrounding him, are people that are not very far from him. And that is one thing that I have been always saying on this platform, that are going to lead to the downfall of Mnangagwa before he knows it. Because there are people that will be definitely working against him, and yet he does not know. He can't put a finger and say, this one is the person against me. The people are looking like they're cheering him up, smiling ear to ear when talking to him, bowing down to him, and he thinks that all is well, yet all is far from well right now. So the people that could be selling out information about Emmerson Mnangagwa and about the plans that they are making are right inside the Politburo. And we go also to the district level. There are also people who are like that, and also other structures of Zanu PF. So somehow they are saying there's evidence that Jim Kunaka is working with the people that are as high as the Politburo, and these people also working with the Savior Kasukuwere to make sure that they remove Emmerson Mnangagwa. So that on its own indicates that things are not well at all. Things are not good. They are bad for Zanu PF and even for Emmerson Mnangagwa. For his survival really seems to be very, very, tricky right now, as we are looking at the amount of pressure that is surrounding him from right inside Zanu PF, from right inside the Politburo, from the Lacoste faction. Also, there are people that don't want him anymore, his own faction. Then we also have those that are in the Chiwenga faction. We have people in the military who don't want him. We have people in the Zanu PF structures and ordinary voters and ordinary members of Zanu PF who are sick and tired of Mnangagwa. So for him to be able to push through, to bulldoze all these systems and all these people and make it out, victorious, it's really going to be very, very tricky. Even this idea of the 2030 of the people that are making noise, they are not many. Like we were saying last time, that the very people that are sitting by the high tables there are the ones that are for the idea, and they are just cranking up the crowds to just sing and ululate and dance. But whilst these people, deep in their hearts, they are sick and tired of Mnangagwa. The pain that Mnangagwa has caused for the Zimbabwean people, it does not spare whether you are Zanu PF or you are Triple C or you are opposition or you are the new or whatever. You still are going through the same problems, the same pain, the same suffering. So nobody can tell us that Zanu PF people are not feeling the pinch of the hardship that Emmerson Mnangagwa has caused upon Zimbabwe. It is a pain for everyone. Everyone is not spared. No one is spared. And no one wants to see Mnangagwa continuing. So it seems, as it stands right now, Jim Kunaka, it's unfortunate for him. He is not going to be able to join Zanu PF, especially after these revelations. And now it's going to be difficult for him. So he has to go back to his shell. And unfortunately, I don't think now he can still find himself coming back again to the people. Well, the people of Zimbabwe are not going definitely to support him or to be with him again, like they extended an olive branch to him. This time around, it's not going to be happening. He will stand on his own. And if indeed he is working with the Kasukuwere camp, maybe he might be accepted in that camp of the Kasukuwere camp. Otherwise, with the ordinary masses of Zimbabwe, he's not going to be again ever winning their hearts after what he did. Because the greatest mistake that he did was just to want to attack Nelson Chamisa left, right, and center. For what? For the why. If you want to join Zanu PF again, just join Zanu PF, praise your Mnangagwa, and leave the other member out. And because you never know what may happen tomorrow. Today, I mean, he can't come back tomorrow and say, I've been doing that. It was just a ploy. It was just, a lie, because I wanted just to find my way back into Zanu PF so that I could work within Zanu PF to put Mnangagwa down. But he can't come to say that, because, who would agree? You see, that's why I'm saying he was not tactful. He could have just praised Mnangagwa quietly without attacking Nelson Chamisa, and then so that tomorrow he would say, no, I was just praising him to go back and work from inside. But the idea of attacking, it's not going to be easy. Remember, Zimbabwean people have been hurt so much by people like Shabangu and the Ngubes and the like. So they will no longer trust anymore. So the trust issues is now a big problem in Zimbabwe politics. So if you mess up, you really are going to have a torrid time for you to gain the trust of the Zimbabwean people again. And many of these politicians are going to be suffering the very same thing. That's why you find that the opposition members now, MPs, we are hearing that there are many who are already pledging allegiance to Mnangagwa's continuity, because they know that once Mnangagwa is out, or the term of Mnangagwa is out, or new elections come, they are not going to be able to win. They are going direct to the political dustbin. So they would rather have Mnangagwa extend the term to 2030 so that they can also go on and at least enjoy that period. Otherwise, there is no way that they are ever going to be getting back again to the political offices, because of the treachery that they have done to the Zimbabwean people. They've betrayed the struggle. They've betrayed the freedom, the quest for freedom in the Zimbabwean people. And the Zimbabwean people are not going to be giving them any other opportunity or any other chance again. So this is what it is. Jim Kunaka, tough luck for you, my man. You are not going to be accepted with Zanu PF. You are not going to be accepted by Zimbabwean people. So it's going to be a tough time. It's tough terrain for him. And this might also lead to his total collapse in terms of political future, unless, I don't know what could have happened. But if it is going to be in the new Great Zimbabwe, I don't see him ever penetrating the politics again, because he has lost the trust. He has squandered the goodwill that the people of Zimbabwe had almost given back to him. The same thing that we're always saying for Emmerson Mnangagwa, that 2017 was a silver platter for him. He should have used that opportunity to win back the Zimbabwean people, to win the trust. And by now, Mnangagwa is not going to be under pressure as much as he is under pressure right now. But he failed to use the opportunity. He blew up the opportunity, and now you can't get it ever back again from the people of Zimbabwe. So this is what it is, family. This is what is happening in our nation, in our politics. We will continue to be giving you updates of what is happening in the nation. Thank you so much for those that are joining us on this platform. Let's continue to support the platform, to lift it up, even by subscribing, liking, and sharing. Thank you so much. Be blessed, and we meet again in the upcoming shows. You are blessed.